Aloha everybody and welcome to part 4 of Pac-Man World. We are now in Manic Mines, and if you're looking for the friend of this particular world, both the key and the friend are in the exact same level, and that's always the other kind of thing about the friend system and the fact that there's no checklist. It's like you could find the friend, because most of the time the cages are along the way. Sometimes you'll definitely run into the cage, but the thing is you won't have run into the key when you get to that point, and then you're asking yourself, okay, I must have missed the key, even though I was checking really, really hard to get every single item that I could, and then it's like, well, where the hell's the key? And in this particular level's case, you do have to get close to where the cage is to get the particular fruit you need to open the door that will take you to the key that you have to backtrack in order to get. So it's easy to think like, oh, maybe the key was in the first level, so I'm going to finish this level and then come back because I obviously screwed it up. And it's like, no. The key's in this level. Don't leave. Don't go back to the first level. Oh God, no! You screwed it up. You missed out on the friend. What are you doing? So just warning you for anyone who. I mean, I'm already playing the whole entire game for you. This is a Let's Play, but if anyone actually wants to play the game for themselves, I'm just saying. This level has the key, so don't worry about the first level. The first level, you can just play it like it's casual and everything's hunky-dory. In fact, Pac-Man World's one of those games where, like, the collectible items, they're not really necessary. None of the fruit we're collecting, none of the Pac-Man letters we're collecting, none of the extra lives and whatnot. We don't really need all that stuff. The only thing we need in order to get to the end of the game is the Pac Friends. We just have to find Pac Jr. and Professor Pac and Puka and Ms. Pac-Man, and then we can get to the final boss. But like all these extra doors I'm going to, all these extra doors I'm opening, all this backtracking, rev-rolling into ghosts that hurt me that I'm doing, I don't really have to do this, but I am just doing it for the sake of showing off the levels. If you're trying to speedrun Pac-Man World, there's a lot you can just keep moving and skip. There's a lot of doors you don't need to open. And it is worth mentioning that if you're not a big collectathon buff, this isn't a huge collectathon type game. It's just something that there's a lot of. And if you care about item percentage, or if you care about getting lots of lives and slot machine bonuses at the end of the stage, you'll definitely want to find as many fruit pieces as you can and eat all those ghosts to make your score that much higher, because you get a bonus when you get 1,000,000 points, kids! Get a good bonus. So throughout this level, there are all kinds of mine carts, and you'll have to... And most of these mine carts are actually suspended above lava, so you'll definitely be jumping on them and trying to dodge all the mine carts. And if you just try jumping over the mine carts normally, Pac-Man doesn't really have that high of a jump. He doesn't really travel that far. And then he'll run into the hot coals, and he'll get damaged, and you don't want that. So you have to use the butt bounce in order to propel Pac-Man high enough that he will both go over it and avoid damage and whatnot. So yeah, makes it very tricky not knowing that. I mean, you're gonna have to figure it out. This place has tons of minecarts, so if you don't figure it out, you're in for a rough level. But even still, I just like that the game tells you this. I like that the game teaches you the fact that, hey, the butt bounce makes you go higher, so now you know that, and when there are certain platforming situations later that seem a little bit tricky with just regular jumping, keep in mind, butt bouncing makes you go higher. The game teaches us things, Makes us feel like we're learning something. Like Professor Pac is teaching us in school, assuming he teaches at a school. But either way, see, this is what I was talking about. The fireballs keep moving after you've eaten the ghost, so time stops for you and time stops for the ghosts, but time does not stop for those fireballs, so do not eat a ghost on top of one of those ash pits that the fireballs are always going to be landing on, because that'll be bad for your health. That'll be bad indeed. Oh God, fuck you, Pinky! I hate you, Pinky! In the original Pac-Man, they actually have two names. You ever notice that? Like, sometimes they would tell you the first name, and then they would say, like, the nickname. And I think Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde are, like, the nicknames, technically. But, like, the real names are, like, Shadow and Speedy, and the other two I can't remember at the moment. But like every other game ever just refers to them as Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde, so I don't know if anyone actually goes by the first name instead of the secondary name. I mean, the secondary name's easy. Pinky, you know it's the pink ghost because it's pink. Clyde is the orange one because Clyde. Although Pac-Man World 2 and 3, I think, changed that. Continuity, damn it. God damn it, Namco. You fucked up. You screwed up the continuity of the ghosts. I just know that when I boot up the original arcade Pac-Man in this very disc, orange one is Clyde, not the red one. The orange one is Clyde. It was the first game back in 1980. You can't miss it. Arcade games didn't have story, goddammit. That's just what it was. I mean, what would the story of the arcade original be, exactly? Pac-Man has wandered into some blue disco club, and he doesn't know how he got here. He can't get out. You try going into one of those pathways, they just take you right to the other side of the maze. So how did he get in this predicament? And what do these four ghosts have such a beef with Pac-Man for? You know? He's just a guy eating Pac pellets. Are the Pac pellets, like, really important to the ghosts? Was it their long-lost treasure heirloom before they died and became ghosts? Do Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde all know each other? Are they all friends before they died? Assuming they died? Maybe they were born as ghosts. I don't know anything about the Pac-Man universe, but maybe, just maybe they were born as ghosts. And now that I say all this, I'm sure there's like some Pac-Man Wikipedia where like the instruction manuals all laid this out perfectly. And someone's going to be in the comments all like, I am a Pac-Man expert, Clement. I was born in 1978 and I studied Pac-Man lore when it first came out and I have memorized it to this day, sir. And I know the real beef with Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde, I tell you what. I'll tell you what, I'm Hank Hill. I don't know if that's a good Hank Hill voice, but... Propane and propane accessories. I'm liking this playthrough, this is fun. So this level's definitely one of the longest levels in the game, and again, the reason I brought up speedrunning and like ignoring the fruit because you don't really need it, and you don't really need those extra doors, and you don't really need the mazes that I'm playing either. I could skip the mazes altogether, but when you unlock mazes in the game, they do go into the maze menu. How it is like this. When you start up the game, you have Quest, Classic, and Maze. Quest is obviously story mode. It's the levels we're playing right now. We're in the middle of Quest. This is Quest. Classic is the original Pac-Man, because it's on the disc, and you can play the old arcade Pac-Man, and everything's all hunky-dory, and yeah. But then there's the bottom left menu, which is Mazes, and Mazes actually has 18 levels up front from the get-go because it has 3 mazes from each world available from like minute 1. So you could play 3 mazes from the Pirate Land, and 3 mazes from the Volcano Ruins Land, and 3 mazes from the Space Land. Okay, it's not 16, it's 18 because 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 is 18. I had to think really hard about that. I'm kidding, I'm smarter than that, I assume. I really hate this maze. Before I go on with my tangent, I really hate this maze because unlike the volcano kind of maze and the one where the rocks were just falling, this place has these annoying spiky contraptions that pop up when you get close to it. Like, you have to be close to it in order to trigger it. It doesn't just happen on a set period. You have to be close to it. But the thing is, if you keep going the way you're going when you approach it, you're going to run into it and you're going to take damage. So you have to alternate going back left and right in order to be close to it so that you can dodge it and get past it when it's down, because it's not down for a long time. It stays down for a very quick, brief period, and then you gotta be quick about it, because if you're just a little bit late, you'll run into it and it'll poke you, and that's never fun. Meanwhile, the ghosts are like chasing you, and if they cornered you to that particular part of the track, well, you're going left and right, and you don't want to go forward because you'll run to the blade, but you don't want to go back because then the ghost will hit you, and they catch up with you, and then they damage you, and it's just like, ah. You know, I'm much better with timed things, whether it's a laser wall, whether it's falling magma or falling rocks. At least that's timed and I can get into the rhythm of it. But, like, having to get close to something and then back, forth, just to stay close to it and then dodge it. I hate that maze. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And that's a big pressure block. But as I was saying, you start off the game with 18 mazes, and all of the mazes that we're unlocking are another 3 for each world. So each world has potentially 6 mazes. So, you know, you start off with 18, and eventually you can have 36. There are 36 mazes in Pac-Man World, not counting Classic Mode, which is just the original Pac-Man arcade game. So, which is the 37th maze, I guess. But, again, if you don't care about the platforming, if you only care about playing Pac-Man mazes because you're an old school gamer and you love the original Pac-Man and you love Ms. Pac-Man, this game at least has 18 mazes up front that you can marathon one after another when you boot up the game. It's just there are 36 if you want to unlock all the others. And that's why I'm getting them, to unlock all of them, so that they can all be available to play whenever I want in the mazes menu. And, yeah. Because I don't know if there's anyone watching this channel that's like a real Pac-Man purist about it, where he's like, the platforming is stupid, I only care about original Pac-Man because that game is a masterpiece, or whatever. Dodge the rock there. Again, you don't need to be in the middle, you just sort of have to be close to it. This place has cavemen. They have like cubed cavemen. They're like, they look like they're out of Minecraft or something, and I don't know what the hell happened there. Oh wait, no. I know exactly what happened there. I had 1 hit left and I was dead, and I knew I just hit the checkpoint, so I decided to kill myself so that I would have the full health bar for the upcoming segment, because I didn't want to get hit by the ghost or anything, and I didn't want to have to backtrack all that way again in case I died, because, you know, I was close to the checkpoint, screw it, you know, because that's a valid thing that happens. You know, I got lots of lives to burn, and sometimes redoing entire sections just sucks. If I have 1 hit to go, just jump in the pit, respawn with a full health bar, why not? But anywho, we're at our new Pac friend, right? And this is Pac-Dog, and the only way to free him is to get the key, as we've mentioned, and the key is hidden behind a banana door. I just picked up a banana, and there's a second banana door up ahead that we don't need to rescue the Pac-Dog, but I'm waiting for it because I'm still trying to get all the Pac letters. Boom, there's the second banana. So the thing is, they spawn in after a while as soon as you reach the maze-type area and start chasing after the ghosts and eating them and whatnot. So you have to be in the maze-type area, and you have to sort of wait for the bananas to spawn. And then you have to go all the way back to the banana door that we passed earlier. So now that we have a banana, open the door, contraption lowers, and over there is where the key is. But again, if you're a first-time player and there's no checklist or anything, you don't know there's a key in this level, maybe there's a key in the first level. You don't know. So, like, you don't know where the bananas are because that's where the bananas are. They spawn in that maze area, and you just think, like, oh, maybe the banana door, I must have missed the bananas, and there must not be anything important in it, so why go forward? You know, it's all fine, it's all hunky-dory. I'll play the first level again, or maybe the third level isn't a boss fight, but a third level that I can find the key in, but then I'll have to backtrack anyway. Pac-Man World is good for that, though. You don't really have to backtrack ever. Oh, God. Easy to die in Pac-Man World. Easy to die. Good news is when you die, you keep all the items you had on your person, so I didn't have to recollect the key or anything. I picked up the key, you die with the key, you still have the key, so it's all good, kids, it's all good. Just meant I had to backtrack after that checkpoint all over again, but you know. Again, don't fall in the lava. It's one-hit kill. You won't bounce out of it like Mario 64. It will murder your ass. So these jumps kind of matter. I like the fact that the game has a good drop shadow, and I like the fact that you can pretty much play this with a control pad. Nothing is too over the top or too complicated, and I like how this game controls. That's basically what I'm saying. Anyway, we're coming up to a really difficult boss. We're going to face off with Anubis Rex in Part 5. See you then.